Hello and welcome. We are the Group 2. In this video, we'll be discussing the concept of legislative branch of the government here in the Philippines. Whether you're new to this subject or already familiar with it, I hope you'll find this presentation informative and engaging. So sit back, relax, and let's get started. And today, I'm discussing what is legislative branch of the government and what are their roles and functionality. The legislative branch is authorized to make laws, alter and repeal them through the power vested in the Philippine Congress. The Congress of the Philippines is the legislature of the national government of the Philippines. It is composed of a lower body, the House of Representatives, or the Congress, and upper body, the Senate. Lawmakers in the Senate are called senators who are elected at large or nationwide by qualified voters to a 6-year term. Senators can serve for not more than 2 consecutive terms. The Senate has 24 senators. To qualify for election as a senator, you also have to be a natural-born Filipino citizen, a registered voter, a resident of the Philippines for at least 2 years before the day of the election, and at least 35 years old.
And here are the most important functions of senators. 1. Senators are primary lawmakers. They file bills after careful study and consultations, and work to have them signed into law. The task also involves improving existing laws through amendments. 2. Aside from making laws, senators sit as judges in an impeachment trial. They decide if an official accused of committing an impeachable offense should be removed from office. 3. Senators have a say on how public money will be spent by the government based on a national budget. 4. Senators reviewing how particular laws are implemented by relevant government agencies. 5. Senators sit in the Commission on Appointments, which scrutinizes those handpicked by the President for confirmation. 6. With the rest of Congress, senators have the power to declare the existence of a state of war.
Difference between the legislative branch to the executive and judiciary branch. In terms of the power, the executive branch is generally considered to have more immediate and direct power than the legislative branch. This is because the executive branch has the power to enforce laws and regulations through the use of law enforcement agencies, military forces, and other means of coercion. In addition, the executive branch has the power to issue executive orders and take other unilateral actions without needing the approval of the legislative branch. However, the legislative branch has its own unique powers, including the power to create and approve budgets, investigate government wrongdoing, and impeach and remove executive branch officials. The legislative branch can also override presidential vetoes, which is an important check on the power of the executive branch. On the other hand, the difference of the legislative branch and the judiciary branch has the power to interpret and enforce those laws. The judiciary branch also has the power of judicial review, which allows it to declare laws or actions of the other branches unconstitutional. This power helps to ensure that the other branches of government do not overstep their bounds or violate citizens' rights. The separation of powers in legislative branch in terms of checks and balances. In the Philippine Congress, it's important to have a majority and minority leader because they play crucial roles in the legislative process. The majority leader is typically the most powerful member of the Senate or House of Representatives and is responsible for setting the agenda, scheduling legislative business, and leading the efforts to pass bills that align with the party's priorities. The minority leader, on the other hand, represents the opposition party and is responsible for advocating for their party's positions and using various tactics to try to block or modify the majority party's agenda. Together, the majority and minority leaders help to maintain a balance of power within Congress and ensure that all parties have a voice in the legislative process. And also, the system of checks and balances works by ensuring that each branch of government has the ability to limit the powers of the other 2 branches. This helps prevent any one branch from becoming too powerful and ensures that decisions are made fairly and with the interests of all citizens in mind. So each branch of government in the Philippine Congress is given the right to restrict the authority of the other 2 branches, which is how the checks and balances system functions there. This serves to guarantee that decisions are made fairly and with the interests of all citizens in mind, prevent any one branch from becoming overly powerful, and prevent any one branch from becoming too dominant.
The importance of the legislative branch as an ordinary citizen. As an ordinary citizen, it is important to have a legislative branch of government because it provides representation and ensures that the laws and policies that govern society are made in a transparent and democratic manner. The legislative branch is responsible for creating and passing laws that protect the rights of citizens and promote the general welfare of the country. Having a legislative branch also helps to prevent the concentration of power in one single branch of government or in one individual, as the legislative branch serves as a check and balance on the other branches of government. This helps to maintain a system of checks and balances, which is crucial for preserving democracy and protecting individual rights.
As an ordinary citizen, the legislative branch is important, as there will be people who make laws so that the country can keep order and there will be no chaos or war between nations. Without a set of rules, all people will be able to do bad things, as there will be no consequences for their actions. But if there will be laws, people wouldn't do anything to mess up the country, as they might end up in jail. Moreover, knowing that there's a law that protects us, I know that those who attempt to harm me would end up in jail. For example, the Republic Act No. 11313, or the Safe Spaces Act, Bawal Bastos Law, acts as a protection when a man wolf whistles to a sexy woman passing by the street and the woman get offended and feels sexually harassed by the man's action.
Here are some interesting facts about the history of the legislative government in the Philippines. 1. The Philippines is the only country in the world that has a bicameral legislature composed of two chambers, the lower house, House of Representatives, and the upper house, Senate. 2. The House of Representatives is composed of up to 250 members, with one member elected from each legislative district. The Senate is composed of 24 senators, with 12 elected from each of the country's 3 major geographical divisions. 3. The Philippine legislature is the 4th oldest legislature in the world, after the United Kingdom, the Netherlands, and the United States. 4. The legislative process in the Philippines is complicated by the fact that it is a multi-party system. The president has the power to appoint members to the Senate, although most senators are elected through a national election. Overall, the Philippine legislature has undergone several reforms, including the passage of laws to improve the workings of the legislative branch and to make it more accountable and responsive to the needs of the people. And today, the Philippine legislature is an important part of the country's democratic system of government and plays a critical role in ensuring that the laws passed are in the best interest of the country and its citizens.
In closing, I want to thank you for joining us for this presentation. Your interest and engagement means a lot to us, and we hope this video has been valuable to you. Appreciation to everyone, and thank you for listening. Have a good day and goodbye.